so proper and devout and, wants to do the right thing all the time, it seems like. But I don't know. Aemon seems pretty cool. I'm not going to lie.
He looks so cool with that scar and eye patch.
Yeah.
Dang.
I think it's that Targaryen incest blood. It just like makes you crazy.
Welcome back to Cinema So Far Podcast, the podcast where good friends talk about great cinema. And today we are talking about House of the Dragon.
Hot
Season 1. Yeah, Hot D. Season 1, Episode 8. This episode is called Lord of the Tides. And I'm your host, James. And as always, we have our co-hosts, Sydney.
Hello, Grandsire and Lord Travis.
And we have Lord Travis.
Your Grace, milady.
So polite, so formal these days. I love it.
Yeah. And not Tides, the like dishwashing or laundry soap either. It's not the Lord of that.
No, it's not. It's not.
hard for me to stop talking like this in real life, like when I'm talking to other people now.
Out in public now?
Yeah.
Especially since we all just came back from like a Renaissance fair.
Yes, we must cover that.
Yeah.
We must cover our adventures.
I swear when I went into work today, I said, good day, as I was like greeting people.
Yeah, I'm leaving the building. Good morrow. I shall see you when I return.
Yeah.
Giving people a curtsy.
So we just watched this episode, again, episode 8. Things are well on their way, and we are getting close to the end of the season. But what did you guys think of this episode?
I'm just going to straight up, I was not as into this episode as I thought I'd be.
I was going to say.
I was a bit confused. There wasn't as much fallout as I was expecting, but as I predicted, it wasn't as big of a deal. Alicent slashed Rhaenyra. We'll get into that later. But it took me a minute to really get back into it.
Okay, so not one of your favorite episodes.
No.
Yeah, I think it was pretty controversial for people, if I recall, when it first came out. But what did you think, Travis? What about you?
Well, my thoughts on it, and I had to come into this. I've been out for a couple of weeks and had to do a little crunch, watch that like 6 5-minute recaps to catch up to 8, and like, I have watched it all before, but even just it's like I forgot all of it. So some of the stuff is like, oh crap, I forgot about that. So just seeing it, even at like from episode 5 to 6, right? It's like the first half and the second half of the story, and it's like from child to like, oh, adult. Like it just jumps so far. And then boom, I had to jump into episode 8 and watch that. And I see what you're saying, where it didn't unfold as like intense as some of the other episodes. There was a lot of dialogue that had to unfold in ways that aren't as action packed, right? But there was some crazy scenes, and it's really transitioning into the last kind of part of the series here.
Well, yeah, and I see, maybe I'm just like the odd man out here, but I was completely riveted by this episode. Mm-hmm. Like I love when people are in a room talking on this show. He
loves the dialogue.
It's not necessarily about the action for me, but maybe as we talk through it, we can kind of see if there's anything that's that maybe we missed or maybe is yet to come, because I felt like there was a lot of setup in this one. Mm-hmm. It isn't the big climax yet. So hopefully you weren't thinking it was, but in this episode there was a lot that happened, and it was shot incredibly. I thought the stakes keep going higher and higher, and especially like at the very end, there was a huge turn, or a twist, and it's going to launch this entire like civil war, and that's, I don't know, I love it. So I was just kind of fascinated by it, but we'll get into it and see see what we think about all of these pieces and see how they fit together. But as far as this episode goes, it was up there as maybe my favorite. I know I say that every week.
Wow.
Again, but yeah, it's up there as far as like my favorite episode so far. Anyway,
Okay.
I still
Yeah,
kind of
the
remember
mess-
what happens later, but
The mess is still there, just as messy as ever.
yeah,
And my favorite scene is when they're all at the dinner table talking.
yeah.
But it just was moving a little slow to me. I know we still have 2 more episodes though.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
surprise,
okay,
the king is still alive.
Yeah.
so that was one of the questions that we had for you
Supposedly.
before, like one of those questions that we keep asking you, like, how long did you think Viserys was gonna survive?
I keep predicting his death like every episode. You know, he was alive for most of the episode. I don't know if he took his last breath there or what. But
That's what I was gonna ask you guys. What do you think? Do you think that this was the last episode we see him, or do you think he'll be back the next episode?
damn, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes it to season 2.
Yeah.
By the way, brand new. I've never seen House of the Dragon. Brand new to Game of Thrones as well. We all covered Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Yep.
So, this is my first watch. This is these 2 rewatch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna have a different perspective than you, obviously. It's your first time watching, but yeah, that dinner scene, that was really cool. A memorable Thanksgiving dinner, it seemed like.
Right.
Could say that.
Yeah. But we'll get to it. The episode started out with Rhaenys, basically holding it down while her husband was hurt and sick, and she's just sitting on his throne and handling biz. Even as his brother is like talking a lot of trash and saying how he should be the heir instead of what is the kid's name? Luce.
Laenor?
No, Rhaenyra's younger son.
Damn it.
Yeah, I think
Luke?
Luke is just Luke is what they call him. I was trying to think of his actual name, but yeah,
The
Luke
younger son is
his name.
Viserys. No.
Well, the
That's the
second
name.
youngest. Sorry.
Oh my God. How many does she
Yeah,
have now? She has a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's pregnant again.
I'm like, wait a
Pregnant
minute.
again.
Had 2.
Has
Pregnant
2.
again. Had 2 more.
2 of Daemon's and 2 of Harwin's.
Right.
Mhm.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
And as a teenager, she wasn't like trying to have kids at all, it seemed like, and now she's just pumping them out.
That's crazy.
But yeah, did you guys get how, why Vaemon, who's the sea snake's brother, why he was, saying all of that stuff about
No, I did not.
no, because
This is what I was talking about, slow to start.
okay,
For me, I was like, what is happening?
yeah. Do you remember in the last episode when they're at the funeral and the sea snake like gets on one knee and he's talking to Rhaenyra's kid and he's like, "Hey, you're gonna inherit,
Right.
you're gonna inherit the throne of
Driftwood,
the High Tide's throne and Driftmark and all of that." And he was like, "Well, I don't want to, because if I do, that means everyone else is dead." It's basically his birthright, even though the sea snake's brother doesn't think it should be, because he's actually, has the same blood blood
Yeah.
of the Valyria, old Valyria, and so he's super offended by it.
That's why
And
he's so pissed at the end.
yes, yep,
Because
so
the
pissed.
politics of it, the way that the the house of the dragon here, they they're he lives. What is the king's name? Viserys as well.
Yeah, Viserys.
Yeah. Okay. I'm like confusing their names together tonight. So King Viserys, the current King Viserys, like he has done these things that have not been of the like how it should have been for thousands of years, and so now and them just kind of like ignoring that what everybody thinks is, and you can tell it's not Laenor's kids, right? The first sons.
Yeah.
So he's like, I don't care if this is what you say, but in their kingdom they go by what is said. Like we say he's our son, firstborn, and whatever.
Yeah. There's no, they can't go on Maury and do a paternity test or
Right.
anything, They have to just go off of that.
Yeah.
So-
That line that he says is the history. What is it? That history is written and it's not in blood or something. The way he said that, the sea snake.
Oh, he said history remembers names,
Names, not blood.
Not blood.
Because
Yeah.
there's no blood there. It's just
Yeah.
what is said.
And so that's one of the conflicts is him, Vaymond, who's Sea Snake's brother, is basically like, hey, we're gonna take this over, because it's just not right that they become the heir. And then Daemon gets the scroll, he gets the message. That was his daughter who heard all of that and wrote to him saying, hey, Vaymond is talking this mad trash and you guys got to do something. So
Damon ended up cutting his head off.
yeah. Yeah,
So-
The most craziest way.
Which I think he just wanted to for a long time, but finally had like a reason to. Yeah, but that was an intense scene. Before that, though, we see like it was a really cool shot. I mean, of you see like Dragonstone, and you go over the city, and you see the mountains, and then you see Daemon just like spelunking down this cave, and then you get to see like how dragon eggs are like.
Mm-hmm.
Like what they're like in the wild.
I thought that was cool when he cut the egg out.
Yeah. They call it a clutch of eggs. A clutch of dragon eggs.
Oh, that's cute. That eggs are really called a clutch. That's what you call bird eggs. A clutch of eggs.
And turtles.
Turtles.
Maybe it's like all reptiles. I don't know. But
Anybody reptile lovers out there, let us know.
yeah, let us know what is a clutch. But yeah, that was really cool to kind of just see how they're collected. And I wondered, because there was 3 of them, I wondered if these are like the 3 eggs that we see in Game of Thrones later.
I wondered that too.
Ooh.
We got a few more episodes and another season of House of the Dragon, so I don't know yet.
Yeah. But those
I
eggs
think so.
those eggs were supposedly really old, the ones
Yeah,
that
that's what I
Daenerys
recall.
gets.
Yeah.
They're not like freshly hatched or anything because there are no more dragons. So
Well, and taking it out of that clutch or the thing that was the sack or whatever keeps it warm and was incubating, taking them out of there, and he's like put them in the warming chamber or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, how are they doing that? I guess with a fire. They don't have
Yeah.
heat lamps. It's not like the little chickens with the little heat lamp, and you get to.
They put them in the air fryer. But yeah, I think, I don't know, because I was wondering that too. Like, all right, they're already warm right there. Why do you need to take them out and then warm them? Maybe it's just to keep them safe. They're not in the wild.
Keep them from hatching yet? Maybe they actually
Maybe.
are trying to do that. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Or maybe that's just the process, But I thought that was really cool to see. And then we kind of figure out that there's another time jump How long did it take you
Yes.
guys to figure out that
I
it
was
was like
like-
a time
It
jump?
was like another 5 years or something.
Yeah, I think it was like 6 years.
To see Rhaenyra's scar all healed up.
Well, and I realized it whenever you see her son, you know, and he's
Yeah,
in
he's
there
taller
like
and he's, like-
practicing.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, who's
Right.
this dude? Oh, it's her son.
The casting is still top tier to me. The new kids and the older Rhaenyra and Alicent. I mean, I just can't get over it.
Yeah. So good, right? And I feel like the new actress that's playing Rhaenyra is doing so much of what the older, you know, the younger actress was doing. I can't remember their names, but Millie Alcott was the younger one, and then
No,
I'm blanking
That's
on
okay.
the one.
I didn't know I was
That's
going to
okay.
pull those up.
All of her little
research it.
mannerisms and everything, just down to the little smirk of her mouth, too.
Yeah. It's just so on point, right? Like
Very good
everything is
actress.
great in the casting. And so that's where it like really makes sense when they have those time jumps, right? But then go to King's Landing and we see that so the thing I didn't get on my first watch is when Daemon and Rhaenyra go back to King's Landing, no one's expecting them to be there. They're, you know, Otto and Alicent and all of them and Vaemond, they're all thinking like, oh, we're just going to do all of this before they even know about it. But they knew about it because his daughter sent the raven, sent a message
Gotcha.
warning them. So that's why they showed up and no one was really expecting them. No one greeted them.
So they just showed up on Viserys when he's like in his deathbed, right?
Yeah.
With the
yeah.
with the kids, with their kids.
Yep.
Okay.
and
And
they,
he didn't really he was like, oh, didn't really remember Daemon or anything right off the bat.
yeah. I think he was just really out of it, right? And
Milk of the
like not
poppy.
on yes,
Drugged
milk
up.
of the poppy, which is do you know what that is, Sid? Like I don't know if they really even
opiates.
say what that means.
Some kind of painkiller or hallucinogenic or something.
Yeah. Well, they make heroin and opiates out of poppy seeds. Like
Interesting.
that's what we do now.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking where it's like milk of the poppy, it's kind of like I don't know, heroin milk.
Woo!
So, yeah, the ultimate pain reliever. And he doesn't know like who he's talking to at first. He thinks it's like Alicent that he's talking to, and then he realizes it's Rhaenyra. But he kind of perks up a little bit whenever he gets to meet, you know, the grandkids,
Yeah.
which is nice. That was a sweet moment.
So they went off and got married and like, but it was all fine. Like they staged the death of her other husband so that they could go off. But it was not okay when she was younger. Like there was no way we're never going to let I don't know.
I think it was just because she
weird.
is an adult at that point. She's going to do what she's going to do, you know? And remember, he was married at the time, too. Daemon was married. And then he ended up killing
Right.
his wife.
Allegedly.
And then, yeah, and then they
No,
allegedly
he
killed
straight
her
up-
husband.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
yeah.
but Nobody
The one
knows.
with
Nobody
the rock,
knows. Yeah.
They cut away, but she died in a hunting accident. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, we definitely know that Daemon killed her, but then everyone else thinks that Daemon and Rhaenyra killed her husband. But that's not what really happened.
Right.
So, and I thought it was interesting whenever they get back to King's Landing and they walk in the castle and everything looks different, right? Because Alicent did a whole bunch of like redecorating.
Yeah.
It used to be all about Targaryen stuff and, you know, the porn tapestries, but all that is gone. and now it's just the faith of the seven, the seven gods, or what she worships.
Really? Yeah.
And but it was still funny. I was paying attention to whenever you're in Viserys' room, he still has the porn tapestries in his room. He's like, "Don't touch my model. Don't touch my porn tapestries."
All right.
You
Don't
dirty
even
old
dust it.
bastard.
And then anything else to say about whenever they go and they start talking to Viserys? Anything else stick out to you?
No, I just feel so bad for him. I just was feeling so bad for Viserys.
Dude, it's like he aged 100 years between last episode and this episode.
I was said before, like, oh, it was just tetanus that gangrene or something set in or whatever. Like, did he get those from the chair? I was just thinking he got it because he got cut by the chair, and then or was it like a cancer, like a disease that he already had, and so he was more sensitive in the chair. It got cut easier. Like,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever know. I
Right.
mean, all those things on his back, like, are those bed sores?
probably
Is it like
by
an
now.
infection? Is it like leprosy?
They've been like
What
cutting
is
that
it?
off for a long time, and remember putting leeches on it.
Well, they're trying to, but now it's like practically his whole back and like his whole face, or half of his face. He lost his eye. So
That's a
Skin-eating
lot of
bacteria.
open lesions.
I feel
Yeah,
for anyone that has
rough.
to deal with that. Sheesh.
yeah, Alicent has to hit that. Maybe not anymore.
She's so sweet to me. She just keeps growing on me with every episode. She just seems to like have such a big heart and like so loyal
Really?
and kind, to me. That's what even though Rhaenyra is still my favorite, I'm siding with Alicent, okay?
I have some
I'm still
questions.
siding with Alicent,
Okay.
okay?
I have some questions for you during one of these upcoming scenes, because I was really thinking about that as I was watching it, Sid. I was like, oh, I wonder if Sid's going to still be on Team Green after this one. But Viserys' model is all dusty and crusty. No one's really working on it anymore, or even keeping it clean. Viserys is old AF. That's what I have in my notes. And then Daemon, he tries to like get right to business. Like, hey, you got to do something about this. They're at it again. They're trying to, petition and question who should be the heir, and he can't. Viserys can't do anything. He can't even think. He's in so much pain and so drugged up, which I think makes it so much better later on in the episode when he actually gets up and defends Rhaenyra. You know what I mean?
And makes his grand entrance and makes his statement. But I'm still so freaking confused. Like, who is the heir right now? What's
Well,
happening?
Well,
Freaking
it's
what's that?
technically it's
Kid's name.
so. Well, they're talking about they're talking about where the sea snake lives, like who's gonna
Right.
be the heir to that, because it's supposed to go to Rhaenyra's son.
Jacaerys?
No, Jacaerys is the oldest one.
He's the old
Who's gonna be the heir for like the Iron Throne?
loose hair.
But the younger one, Lucerys, yeah, that's his name.
Got it.
Luke is supposed to inherit Driftmark, and that's why Vaemon
Was
is so pissed, because he's actually family, like it's actually his bloodline. So he's
Yes.
like, okay, we're gonna let these people that don't even belong here take over, because our bloodline has been,
So
running
this
this
is
for
for
so
the
long.
Valerian blood right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what their issue was. And so and that's why he came over, and he's like kind of plotting and scheming with Otto and Alicent, like, hey, let's just do this right now. Viserys is in bed, he's out of it, he's not going to say anything, so let's just do this. And then all of a sudden Daemon and Rhaenyra show up.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were your questions after that?
Okay, well, Well, first I want to ask, because this next scene that comes, basically, we find out that there's this poor girl,
Oh, yeah.
Diana,
Diana.
who gets assaulted by the prince, and she is so terrified, right? Like,
No.
it's so sad to see how, how scared she is. And then what do you think about how Alicent handled that?
The glasses are coming off for this one. I think Alicent did a great job handling it. I thought she had such a big heart and giving her a hug and telling her, "Oh, I believe you," and going and telling Aegon off, like, "Do you know what you're doing, you asshole," or whatever, and gave her the plan T.
Okay. See, this is my question.
Interesting.
Yeah, exactly, right, Travis? Because when I first watched this, I had a completely different take on it. I was thinking,
I would like to hear it. I was
Yeah.
like so touched by. I was like, "Oh, like."
because she was like gaslighting her in a way too. Like, she was saying, well, if anyone knows about it, who knows what they're gonna think, and who knows if they think that you came onto him, or like, kind of like saying, this is, in a way, people are gonna think it's your fault. And so it just felt yucky to me. Like,
How
It-
else should it have been handled?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's so interesting to see how Sydney views her versus maybe how I view her. I've seen.
yeah, what was your
It's-
take, Travis?
Because remember, she's the daughter of the hand that is now the hand again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're very calculated in everything they're doing. And it's interesting to see you say that she's so loving and caring, and like, when I think it's all very calculated. It's all
Okay.
there's stuff behind what she's doing to keep her son, to be the next. Like, everything is to protect the lineage of
Okay.
her dad and her son that's
I
supposed to
could be missing a
king.
huge, like,
Well, I think we
red
think we
flag
see it
obvious
differently,
piece.
like, that maybe I think when it seems like James is deep in there. I'm kind of in between y'all, right? I'm watching it. I forget half of what's said. James is deep into the lore, deep into what the politics are and what's being said. And Sydney's more, maybe you're coming at it from more entertainment and not
Yeah,
as
from
deep
like the
into
outside looking in,
like what they're
kind of
saying.
thing.
Every
Just,
line is not, you're not like so he's
Well-
catching all these things, and I see some of it.
Do other
Well-
people agree or see it differently too? Like you were saying last episode too.
I would love, yeah. So, so here's what other people thought. Because if you remember, she says, the girl, Diana, she says, I promise I'll never tell a soul. I won't say anything to anyone. And then Alicent says, I know you won't. Right? And then gives her this drink. Doesn't say what it is. She makes sure she drinks it. And then later in the episode, the other servant was like, hey, have you seen Diana? She didn't show up for work today.
Oh,
So everyone that watched it originally, some people were thinking, oh, maybe it was the Plan B tea, the moon tea. Other people were thinking this was straight up poison, and to keep her quiet, Alicent basically killed her.
oh shit!
Well, and to like not have a child, like if she was
Right.
pregnant as well,
to
stop
to
that.
make to like hush, like Travis was saying, like make sure that her son is
So
unblemished.
she's playing the long
Yeah,
game.
it's a super long game. Like
the
from
very,
a long,
very long game. There is a little slice of me that's like, oh, you can't trust her. But she has grown on me.
okay.
Yeah,
As a character,
I mean,
yeah.
she's a great
Uh-huh.
character and very
Uh-huh.
smart, and obviously, it's cool the way they write all of this, or the way it's been written is like you can't really tell, you know. But yeah, that was the controversy though of like, did she give her a plan B T, or did she actually kill her?
Interesting.
Was she on her side, or was she just kind of playing her?
Well, she mentioned like, oh, you know, I won't tell anyone. Yeah, but you've already told 2 people and me, and you
Yeah.
didn't tell me first. It was half the problem.
Yeah.
Why are Alicent's kids such assholes?
They're spoiled brats. This is
They're
I know,
such
it's crazy,
assholes.
right?
Rhaenyra's kids seem kind of like, you know, not so assholey.
They seem nice, right? And then
Uh-huh.
it's crazy because like Alicent is so proper and devout, and you know, wants to do the right thing all the time, it seems like. At least that's what she says. But then her kids are so freaking wild. But I don't know. Aemon seems pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
He looks so cool with that scar and eye patch.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I think it's that Targaryen incest blood. It just like makes you crazy. Like,
That's a good point. Gotta
yeah. But those
Gotta be a little
those
crazy.
sons aren't incest though. That's
No, they're not even. I mean, Alicent is a high tower, so
right.
they just have that Targaryen juice running through their veins.
That stuff's wild. Yeah,
Yeah.
that lineage.
And speaking of, so we go back and we see like where Aemond is training down there in the training area of the castle, and you know the boys come back and they're like reminiscing, like, oh, remember this spot, or remember this, and like, hey, why is everyone looking at us, you know? But then they see Aemon fighting Chris Cole. Not Chris Cole.
Kristen.
Cole. Kristen Cole. I keep saying Chris Cole, the skateboarder.
He's talking about us.
I say that every time. But it looks like Aemon, like, he's another person that looks like he aged like 15, 20 years, and no one else did. You know, because he looks very different.
I'm sad. I really liked Sir Kristen at first, and now I'm sad we're seeing way less of him. But he is such a bitter dick at this point. Such a bitter asshole.
He's salty.
He very.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm surprised he's still there.
I
guess.
am too. I am too.
Killed somebody. That's what's wild about this. You'll just kill somebody in the middle of everybody, but like because you're in
middle of a
this-
wedding.
and you're in the inner circle, they set the rules, and
See, it wasn't that big of a deal like you were asking. I was like, I think everybody's just gonna shake it off. Like he's just gonna kill that or beat his ass. They're gonna fight. The kids are gonna fight. Rhaenyra's gonna cut Alicent, and it's just gonna go on the next day.
Yeah.
interesting.
Yep. And that's what seems to be happening, right?
Okay.
But it's about
Well,
to
it
pop
wasn't
off.
the next
I
day.
promise.
I guess it took a while.
I see.
Yeah, it's 6 years
I see-
later.
I see your sinister smile with your
Well,
mustache.
I just remember some of what's going to happen, but
Okay.
Mustache.
because I mean the whole premise is like there's a civil war that's going to break out, so we know it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, how does it happen and why does it happen? And because even in this episode, it seemed like everything was all good when Viserys leaves. You know, when he's sitting there at dinner and he's looking at his family and everyone's laughing. Even Otto has a freaking smile on his face. You know, the kids are dancing and having a good time. He's just sitting back like, man, I'm loving this. This is amazing. I feel like I can die in peace now. And then maybe he doesn't think that, but he's thinking that everything's going to be all good from now on. And then as soon as he leaves the room, it goes to shit.
I know. So we know heads are going to roll with this war coming, but he is just acting like a soft-hearted grandpa. I don't know if it actually moved anybody, his speech, maybe for a split second when Rhaenyra and Alicent were like making amends.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of believed it. Like I felt like I think it definitely moved Rhaenyra and Alicent. to where they were like, you know what? Let's knock it off right now. Let's toast. I'm going to toast to her. She toasts to me. Everyone is kind of saying nice things about each other. But then there was that one thing that happened, which is, like, because I just think like, well, what if Aegon didn't, push up on Viserys and his, and his girl and talk all that smack? What if the roasted pig didn't come out and Luke, laughed about
Snicker.
it? Yeah. Like, what would have happened? Would everyone still have been okay? Maybe. But because all of that stuff kind of happened, it got crazy. Before that, there was a part where you see Viserys getting ready, ready for the day. He's out of bed, and he looks so shriveled and emaciated and just completely out of it. Like, that was shocking to see, because I don't know how they did that, but the actor doesn't look like that. So I don't know if they like put his head on another body or what, but yeah, I just thought that was crazy special effects. And then freaking Otto, man, he's so smug and annoying. Like when Viserys, he's like, I want to have supper, Otto, and Otto's like, oh, your grace, it's morning.
Oh, tonight.
Yeah, not tonight.
Get him milk of the
idiot.
poppy. Drug his ass.
Just pour it on him. No, like, yeah, he meant tonight. And so Otto's just so punchable. He just has such a punchable way about him. But
So we know he's up to no good.
yes. And whenever Rhaenyra and Daemon come in and they see him there at the in his bed and stuff, and they're like sniffing his cup, I was thinking,
What is in there?
yeah, like, what is in there? Like, are they poisoning him? Is it milk of the poppy? It's definitely not just tea. You can kind of tell by the way Daemon was looking at it. But but Otto and Alicent have been kind of like ruling while he's been out of it for so long.
When he was sniffing it, I thought he was like, maybe give me some of that. Like, ooh, that smells
Good
good.
shit.
Yeah. And I wonder, like, okay, because why wouldn't they have just poisoned him already
Right.
and just tried to take power? I think it is not unfolding the way they need it to, or something, or like they need the son to be older, like, or something, to understand.
Long game.
Probably, right? Because
Yeah.
if he dies, then that means Rhaenyra is automatically queen at that point, right? So yeah, they're definitely playing the long game, and
Wait, what?
Yeah, because
Wait.
they need him to
Wait.
they need to change his mind and make him say, "Oh, my heir is
Okay.
my new son, not my daughter." Like, or my
Okay.
my
What
latest
happened?
son.
So, but Alicent is the queen right now. So,
well, she's only the queen through marriage.
she's
She's
not only
She's not like the power.
holy shit. So
the same with
when
the
he
other.
dies, she's just now some peasant, lowly
Yeah,
peasant.
You're not the
And
Okay.
remember those older episodes when Otto was saying, not only are you going to be nothing, but your kids are in danger because they're a challenge to.
It's all coming together to me now.
Okay.
I can see why Alicent's not so sweet. She's just trying to save her ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this is how most people live, like that. I guess in those times.
She has
Okay.
like legitimate worries, and so one of my favorite scenes is they're all like petitioning, they're all in the throne room. Freaking Otto is sitting on the throne, as hand to the king, and saying, all right, I'm gonna hear everyone's petition.
We must
now,
go
and
through this.
Yeah. But it's all a setup, right? Because they know what they want to do. They know that they want to take that title away from Rhaenyra's kids because not legitimate, and then give it to Vaemon, because they've been conspiring to do it. And so what they didn't expect is for Viserys to get his, crypt keeper ass up and walk through those doors. And man, that was really moving for me. I was touched by that, by him, walking in and everyone being so shocked, and him taking a full 20 minutes just to get to the throne.
And then his crown hit the floor before he got up there. I thought that was very symbolic,
Yes, and then his brother Daemon picks it up and puts it on him. And I like how Viserys, he shooed away another guard as he was trying to help, but he let Daemon help him.
He's fine. Was he? Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I think in that moment, Daemon really respected his brother. Maybe even for the first time.
See, when you're saying this too, yes, it's a touching moment too. But I'm so this guy, they're all saying the keeper and protector of the realm, and he's looking like a crypt, like the Grim Reaper, just walking up there. I'm this guy is in charge of everything.
That's the title. Yeah.
He can barely think or talk for himself.
Yeah. Yep. But
what
the thing is, he did it though. Yeah, go ahead, Travis.
Yeah, he did.
I was just thinking about what I said earlier about what kind of happened when they just kind of left for all these years, and then they got married and they had a private wedding, and so everybody's they're not, maybe people aren't okay with it, but you accept because they're in power, right? I guess. And so was he banished still, or was?
Who?
Did that get
Was who
resolved in
banished?
one of these last episodes, and the marriage?
What was who banished?
Daemon.
No, I mean,
I thought he was.
that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
that was a long time before, and then him and Rhaenyra chose to just leave.
Okay.
To Dragonstone to kind of get out of there. But yeah, super touching moment, I thought, and then it totally wrecked Otto's and Alicent's plans, and it especially wrecked it for Vaemon, because that fool got his head, half his head chopped off.
Woo.
Which, did you see that coming, Sid?
Highlander.
No.
Highlander his ass.
No, I thought they were gonna cut out his tongue. It was way
Right.
worse.
Yeah.
It was the opposite. He left his tongue, but
Took his brain.
took the top
I
off.
have a question before we get too far from the fight scene. How are those Aemon's nephews?
Because Aemon and Aegon are the son of Alicent and Viserys, right?
Okay.
So they are technically Rhaenyra's brothers. So when Rhaenyra had her kids, that's
I'm gonna have to
they're
think
his
about
nephew.
that one. I have to think about that one for a
We got to
minute.
pull up
I don't
a
understand.
family tree.
Yeah.
They probably have it. I'm sure they have
do.
a. Yeah, they
How
have
is my uncle my uncle? No.
it. Yeah, because they're so close in age, right? But remember, Alicent was so much younger. So when she had her kids, you know what I mean? They're the same,
But they're not sisters though.
right? That's her mom. Alicent is her stepmom.
Yeah, stepmom.
Okay.
It's her stepmom. That's for
We're
sure.
blowing her mind right now.
The
Right.
the
So they're
mind I have
stepbrothers.
left.
That's her stepbrothers. Those two, because yes,
Yeah. Pull up the
Okay.
family tree, Travis. Pull it up.
like this, and then it goes like this. My sister,
yeah.
my brother.
What is happening?
Okay, that reminds me of. So wait a minute. I said
Yeah.
so. Rhaenyra, okay, we totally forgot she had a daughter too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and that the
yeah.
daughter does a toast at the table and is like, "It's okay. He ignores you most of the time." But
And their brother
I
and
forgot
sister.
the line, but it was just so funny. Like,
And by the way, they're brother and sister
right.
that are married.
Oh God. Okay, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. And she's always saying some weird stuff. Do you guys like ever catch what she's saying?
That's what I'm saying. The toast was weird. I was like, what?
Not only that, but she
I
also is
get
like,
it now.
oh,
Light bulb.
yeah, it just clicked.
I get it. Okay.
All right.
I'm a little slow, you guys.
No, but I mean, it does take a while. Like I've watched this several times,
Yeah,
and so
that's what I'm
it's
saying.
finally
Sydney,
clicked
you're
for
coming
me.
from the brand new, digesting this information fresh, like no clue. And so it's a lot being unraveled and shown. But
It's a
I think
lot.
it's meant to be
It's a whole
rewatched.
lot.
Like it's filmed well enough to be rewatched, right? So you see the rest. It starts to make sense more.
And honestly, I always would like watch some YouTube videos or listen to podcasts or something
yeah.
to try to understand it more, because
The thing at
otherwise
the
there'd be no
end.
way. Yeah,
You know,
there'd be no way I would catch it
look
all.
behind the scenes in the end, and
But yeah. Anything else on that?
No.
On who's who?
No.
So Damon cuts his head off, and Rhaenys is like watching his body get, prepared. And there wasn't a whole lot there, but that's what happened, and I thought that was a really cool scene, the way like they had his head right there,
that was so.
I don't know, it was a cool special effect. But anyway, so then they have this big dinner, and holy crap, it was a roller coaster, because everything was kind of tense at first, and then Viserys, the king, he gives this big speech, and it seems like it worked, right? Like it seems like everyone is just getting along, and then it just instantly, once Luke laughs at Aemon for that pig being put in front of him, it just goes downhill. My question for you guys.
Don't poke the bear.
Right. But okay, so do you think that, why did they put a pig, why did the servants put a roasted pig in front of Aemon? Was it because someone put him up to it? Did it just happen? What do you guys think?
It looked pretty deliberate to me.
You think?
It did. But I don't know how they would have actually like put the servant onto that.
Because they don't even live there anymore.
Uh-huh.
Like, they're just visiting. Right? So that's what I was thinking. Like, did he just laugh innocently? Like, oh, remember this from when we were kids? And then Aemon just took it way too far. Like, he's so serious now. Like, the dude cannot take a joke, obviously.
That pig scene really gave him some trauma for life.
Yeah. And it doesn't even matter that he has, like, the biggest dragon now. He's still, like, butthurt over it, it seems like.
Okay.
So then another cool thing after that, after, like, they started getting into it, Aemon and Daemon stepped to each other, and that felt like, dude, I can't wait for those two to fight. Not going to see it now, but I wonder if it's going to happen in the future.
Oh, because he's also his brother,
And he's like mini
challenging him.
Yeah, and he's like a
throne.
mini Daemon,
Yeah.
Okay, so after the dinner, just there's a very quick scene. There's a very quick scene where you see the white worm lady walk down, you know, and then she has someone come to her, and she's like, "Oh, there must have been a lot going on at the castle today." Did you recognize who that girl is?
No.
It was the servant that brought the stuff earlier.
She's Alicent's main servant, and so she's a spy for the white worm, the lady in the white dress, Masera, who was messing around with Daemon before.
Okay.
So they like revealed that in this episode of like, she's still getting her information before she was using these little kids to kind of like spy, and then now you see that she has this servant in the castle, really close to Alicent.
Right.
Whoa.
So yeah, that was a cool little thing. I didn't catch that until just this last watch today. But then we see that Viserys is in bed. This is the last scene of the episode. And what do you think happened? I would love to know what you think happened, Sid. Please just try to explain it.
I do have no idea what he was trying to tell Alicent. I really don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I do think he's probably dead. He's probably dead now for real.
When you have a scene like that and you don't hear what's being said, or like you don't really know, do you rewind it and watch it back, or do you just kind of like, oh, whatever, and like kind of?
I really needed to rewatch this one. It's fresh in my brain because I just watched it, but the other ones I've watched 2 times, so I'm struggling today.
Yeah,
okay. That makes sense.
That's okay, and I wouldn't blame you if you didn't catch it because it was very.
He was telling her like, oh, what they're saying is true. Like this needs to happen. Something needs to happen. What needs to happen?
Remember how when Rhaenyra first got to King's Landing and they first walked to his bed, he thinks that he's talking to Alicent. He like. He doesn't know he's talking to Rhaenyra. He's missing an eye. He's probably going blind in the other eye, and he's all drugged up and out of it, right? So he's mistaking who he's talking to. Even a couple episodes before, at the funeral, he calls Alicent. He said, "I'm gonna go to bed, Emma," who's his old wife.
Oh.
So he's mistaking who he's talking to pretty often, right?
Wow.
So you have to kind of keep that in mind. In this last scene, remember how when Rhaenyra goes to him and it's just them two, and she's like, Dad, will you please defend me? What about the prophecy? Do you still believe in it? Do you still believe in the prophecy?
Mm-hmm.
The vision.
Yeah, the vision. And he doesn't answer. But when Alicent goes to his bed, the very last scene, he answers Rhaenyra because he thinks he's talking to Rhaenyra.
Gosh.
And remember in the
OMG.
prophecy, he says, the prince who was promised is going to save everyone. And he has to be, the king. It has to happen. And he's talking about the prophecy that Aegon, the conqueror, the guy from a couple hundred years before, had and inscribed it into the knife and everything. She thinks that he's talking about their son, Aegon, who has the same name.
Mm-hmm.
So in her mind, she's thinking, oh, the king just went back on everything that just happened, and now he wants our son to be king. But it was all just a huge misunderstanding.
Oh, man.
Huge mistake because he was just out of it and he thought he was talking to Rhaenyra about the prophecy.
Oh, man, that's a lot. That is see, when he said Aegon, I was thinking Aegon as well. Their son.
No, yeah. But he was talking about the original person that had the vision and the prophecy and everything.
He's speaking from the perspective of the story of the Song of Ice and Fire.
Wow. That's why they cut to the knife. Okay. I thought he was going to reach over and like kill himself with it. I'm serious. I thought he was
couldn't even do that. There's no way.
He dies trying.
All over. But that was, earlier it was a pretty badass part where he's like, I'm going to take your tongue myself or whatever, He's looking at least like he could do something.
Get you.
He'd probably have to have the whole squad hold him down so he can take his tongue out. But yeah, so that was the huge turn is now she believes that he changed his mind right before he died.
And this is now connecting a dot that I didn't even think about knowing what's next or whatever, like knowing, like, oh, I don't know. I guess I never saw that. Like I knew what was just said, but I didn't even see Sydney, even me, all this time later, didn't connect the dot of what's going to transpire based on that scene.
Yeah. Which leads me
So
to
there's a lot that's going to happen these last 2 episodes. A massive betrayal, everything blowing up in their face. I can just see it now, you know.
Because this is everything she's been
Especially if he
working for
dies.
is for him
Yeah.
to go back on saying Rhaenyra is the heir, and she thinks in this moment he has just told her, yes, you're right, Aegon is the heir.
Because stuff like this happens all the time, right? Like if someone's on their deathbed, they could be like, well, I've been an atheist my whole life, but now I'm going to pray because I'm on my deathbed or whatever, you know? And so that's what she's thinking is like, oh, he's regretting his decision and is changing his mind. I'm the only one that heard it though.
So she thinks she has some mega inside info.
Yep.
Well,
so with that, what do you think's going to happen next, Sid? I would love to know.
golly.
Yeah.
I think he's going to die. By
You put money on it.
seppuku, he's going to grab that knife and just slit his throat. Alicent is going to have some massive betrayal. I don't know what's going to happen. This is so unpredictable at this point. I don't know.
And so, okay, other questions for you.
Uh-oh.
Still Team Green, or leaning towards Team Black, or in the middle?
Team Dragon.
Yeah, I figured.
No,
it's right.
Rhaenyra is my favorite. You can just have this underlying betrayal for Team Green. That's how they're like setting it up. That's why there's this like baseline of like, oh, there's something yucky there. Even though she grew on me, and from the surface outside looking in, I can see her side too.
Well, they definitely have a side, right? Because I mean, it's weird because,
and I really do like her asshole kids. I do. I think they're cool.
They're fun to watch, right?
Okay.
But I do think it's like they are kind of in the right because Rhaenyra's kids are not, you know, they are bastards technically, but we just don't care as much because we like Rhaenyra so much.
But I don't know why I care about the bloodline now. Like, why do these bastard children get to be the heir? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know
That's what
why
the other
I
people
care.
are saying.
Well, because okay, so like in Game of Thrones, it was reversed. In Game of Thrones, you know, Ned Stark and all of them, they want to make sure to protect who is rightfully supposed to be the king. And then it was the Lannisters that were kind of doing this same thing of trying to put bastards on the throne. So
that's where I think Rhaenyra is so shady.
Right. I mean, because technically they're in the wrong for doing that, you know, according to the rules or whatever. So I just think it's an interesting like juxtaposition. Like the first show, we were supposed to be on this side, and then it's switched for this show.
Yeah.
So weirdly, I'm about the bloodline, even though I like their kids better, or Rhaenyra's kids better. Like they're so much sweeter and a better choice and everything. But that wouldn't make it a good show, would it?
Nope. Yeah, we gotta have those. We gotta have the jerks in there. Okay, so Travis, I probably shouldn't ask you what you think's gonna happen because you probably know a little bit what's gonna happen, even though it's not like fresh in your mind or anything.
Well, I would say that I think, you know, she's going to now use this information to her advantage and do what it's continue on this mission she's had for all these years. And what I was going to say earlier is I think, yeah, she did love him and in a sense, is why she didn't poison him a long time ago either. Like, I think she has, she has that loyalty to Viserys. But
she
I
just
think,
Leal.
yeah, but this now, can change things.
Just had to use that word at least once.
James learned a new word.
Just had to throw it in there.
Saying that, yeah.
All right, fellas. I guess we'll leave you with that. So thank you for joining us for Season 1, Episode 8 of House of the Dragon. If you like that, please like and subscribe and drop a 5-star review wherever you're listening. We really appreciate it, and it helps us out a whole lot. And we have loads more content for you, so I suggest you hit that notification bell. And we hope to see you next week. That's a wrap on tonight's episode of Cinema So Far.